how to make use of an assessment. What are the recommendations? And that's really what we're going to take some time to explore. We're going to really talk about what the recommendations look like and what recommendations are helpful and what recommendations aren't helpful. And if you have unhelpful recommendations, what you should be doing to get better recommendations. And then we'll talk about how they can be helpful, and we'll talk about how you can apply them to your everyday life. So an assessment really is going to be about getting information. So you're going to get out what you put in, right? There's a saying, garbage in, garbage out. That doesn't fully apply to this, but I like to use it. If you put in quality information, and meaning that you're sharing your history thoroughly and that you are remarking on any type of traumas, whether they be emotional or they physical, such as a brain injury or a stroke or things like that. Like if you put that information in there, we are able to use that to assess how you're going to be able to function. In child assessments, often I will do a lengthy history. And for children, particularly in pediatric work, I will ask about crawling. I'll ask about babbling. I'll ask about turning over. I'll ask about all of the typical developmental milestones that children go through. Sometimes those slight details can make a huge difference. Giving us really good, clear data in terms of those collaterals is really, really important. So if we get that information, then we're able to integrate it with the data that we're pulling from our standardized measures, from some of our projective measures, and then we're able to put it into a report and provide recommendations that are specific to the questions that were asked. So that's the other point. It's not just about the information that you give, it's also about the questions that you asked at the beginning of the assessment. So if you are coming into an assessment and you're wondering about ADHD, do I have an ADHD diagnosis or am I bipolar? But you get the diagnosis and you get the information, but then you're like, well, how is my memory? Am I having challenges with my memory? Well, if you didn't ask the question, the assessor may not actually explore that area of functioning. So you want to really make sure that on the front end, you are asking questions that are going to give you data associated with those particular areas so that recommendations can be made for you in order to improve functioning on the back end.